a lot of you have asked me about what do you need in your RV, what kind of stuff do you keep in your RV versus stuff that you might have in a normal house. So I figured I'd share with you some things that I buy anytime I'm getting a new RV, because a lot of stuff I'll toss out. For those of you that don't know, I was in a really bad car accident, so I actually kind of like lost everything and I had to rebuild my life, and that's where I'm still starting. And I'm literally starting from scratch. So I was in the process of moving out of my house, and the things that I had in my house were in my RV, and it was just a really big mess. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the things that I buy and where I get them, like the dollar store. And the reason I go there is because it's super cheap, and then I can kind of figure out things that I need once I adjust. Because if you don't know, your RV is like a home, and you have to make it like a home. The cabinets in every RV are different. The layout, how much room you have, how tall things are, how wide the spaces are. You need to know those things. Things that fit in one of my RVs doesn't necessarily fit in another RV. And I also had a bigger RV before. Things that fit in really big cabinets now have to fit in really small cabinets, and I have to think about space and stuff like that. So I'm going to share some of the stuff that I picked up at the dollar store, and this is just my first trip. There's going to be a follow-up, and I'll share some things with you about like more like what's in my kitchen, what's in my bathroom and stuff in a follow-up video. So make sure that you subscribe to this. I am Blogging Brandy, and this is RVersity, my RV channel where I'm sharing all of my fun RV stuff. Hit up the description below this video because I'm sharing tutorials and fun stuff. Let's show you what I picked up at the dollar store today. Okay, so I went to I went to the dollar store, and this is the kind of stuff that I get from the dollar store. So these are things for the kitchen mainly. These are going to be bags, and I have a water bottle to squirt with. I do this for cleaning, and I'll show you more of that later. I'll get dish towels and things like this just to get started because they're super cheap. So for $1 you get 2 dish rags. These are towels, so these are for the kitchen. And I mean, these are $1, so they're really not that bad of a deal. So for what, 20 bucks, I got all this stuff. Dish drying mats for whenever you're going to be drying your dishes. This is a cleaning sponge. I actually stole that from the house. These are clothespins. And these, I actually line my drawers with these because of a bunch of stuff, but it helps with slipping and it helps keep everything in line. And then cleaning gloves, and then these are chopping mats. So I just bought whatever they had there. I'll still get more stuff, but this is just kind of like what I got on my first haul to start with my RV. And then these are some mats, so I'm probably gonna put these by the door. And as you can see, this place is like a mess right now because I'm just starting. But this piece of crap carpet that they had in here, I'll be changing that for one of these mats. And this back here, I'll probably put a mat in front of the bathroom because I think that'd be good back here. So I'm still waiting to get de-winterized, if you can see all this. So part-time living, trying to convert. There's my camera stand that I've been practicing with, and yeah, I can't wait to show y'all more. I usually just come hang out in here right now. Controls. Yay. Me. So yeah, oh, and this is it all popped out. If you want to see, my RV popped out. That's what it looks like up in here. And that's what I've been doing in my free time. So this is my RV and what I do, hanging out in here. Woo! Okay, so I probably spent like 20 bucks on all of that, and it's just some really fun stuff that I pick up and use here in the RV from the dollar store. Now you can get nicer stuff, don't get me wrong. I do have some nicer stuff, like these towels that I have purchased. They're really nice. They're super skinny, and they soak up a lot of water, and they're big, and I love them. These are the type things that I really want to start sharing more of, because once you get your RV, you kind of like start converting into that life. Or if it's just something that you're buying for the side, just to travel in or whatnot, you still want to have some other things that maybe you wouldn't typically have in your house, because you have to think about space and whatnot. As you can tell, we don't have a whole lot of space in here. I'm going to be sharing what I do with all this stuff and how my RV comes along, so I want to hear your questions.
Put that in the comments below this video.
I'm Blog and Brandy. This is RVersity, where I share all about my RVing life. And if you haven't checked out my top 10 mistakes that most RVers make, you might want to check that out, where I'm sharing things like this that you might not think about in your RV, either before, during, and after the buying process. So you're going to want to know those so you don't cause yourself a really expensive mistake, because this stuff is not cheap to fix. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.